What's up, Gunplum Modelers? This is Strider Prime bringing you another edition of Gundam Models. Happy 2013 to all of my subscribers and friends, both on YouTube and Facebook. We finally got through the new year, and we don't have to deal with that stupid Mayan crap, unless somebody invents some other nonsense that we have to now be worried about. But we welcome 2013. Especially with the announcements that we've all known that's coming soon in the next few months, and who knows, in the next half a year we're going to be seeing some amazing kits, both in SD kits, high grade kits, master grade kits, and maybe, who knows, maybe a perfect grade will come down the pike. But this video is not about that. This video is pretty much my 2012 year in review of all the Gundam models that I have made this past calendar year. I have made far more kits than I have made the previous year, and even though I made a decent amount of kits in 2011, 2012 also allowed me to experiment on things that I have never tried before for the first time, and I'd like to share this with you guys, and so you guys can appreciate all the work that I have put into. We'll begin with the first kit. The 1/100 scale Master Grade G Gundam from the Mobile Fighter G Gundam animated series. This was a Master Grade kit that I got, I think, from, what do you call that, from Gundam Store and More, when I had a couple of sales back then. And I thought it was a cool idea to get this kit. It was at a reasonable price. I thought I was going to get the original kit, but this was actually part of the clear parts campaign, as you could see here on the legs and the arms and the shoulder. Since it was my first kit for 2011, again, kind of like what's happening now, it's too cold for me to actually start painting a kit right at this moment. But I thought it would be a cool idea to build this as my first first Master Grade kit for 2011. The next kit I built was the 1/400 scale Alpha Ozuri. Don't know if I'm pronouncing the last part right, but this was the mobile armor that was featured in the Mobile Suit Gundam Char's Counterattack. A very unique kit designed by the or actually created for the Gundam Collection series. It's a big kit, very wide, very spacious, so if you have room for it, be my guest. It's already pre-painted, so there's no painting regardless, and there's some rubber parts here and there. The wire for these they're not wired, they're very loose, so if you had wires like this, you can actually position them more or whatever. And of course you can probably find a way to position the little funnel, bit funnels in the back. But it is a very cool looking kit. I got it at I think it was like maybe $25. I know it's a little expensive here and there due to its size. It's a very big box. So if you guys get your hands on this, you'll enjoy making it. My next kit was the 1/44 scale Dra-c from episode, I think it was episode 3 of Mobile Suit Unicorn Gundam OVA series. The Dra-c was actually a personal favorite because I remembered it from Stardust Memories, 0083 Stardust Memories, and it was great to see that Bandai was starting to bring out some of those cool kits that cool mobile suits that you would think it will never see the light of day. However, the Dra-c has come out before as resin part conversion for the Master Grade Zaku 2.0, where you can, because basically the body itself is part of the Zaku 2, and there's some resin parts that you can convert a Master Grade version. I don't think Bandai is going to ever make a Master Grade version of this, maybe not anytime soon, but It is a very cool kit. I really liked it, and of course it allowed me to experiment on using LEDs for the first time. I purchased a pack of a set of 1.6 millimeter LEDs from a site on eBay, and they sent it to me. I tried it out. It was something that I was trying to experiment on to see if I can figure this out. I did, and I was able to put an LED light on the head. Unfortunately, the battery has already expired, and I'm really not in the mood to actually chisel out the battery and put on a new one in there. But the result was amazing. My next master grade pretty much speaks for itself. The 1/100 scale full armored Unicorn Gundam. This kit was sent to me by my good friends at GundamKit.com, formerly iShop2Go. I no longer am subscribed to them. I mean, I'm no longer sponsored by them. Excuse me. But they sent me this kit, and I built it for them as a gratitude for them selecting me. It is an amazing kit. It's huge. It's ridiculously powerful, as you could see. It's also very cumbersome and difficult to hold up. I'm actually using the back part of my wall here to actually support it. And since it comes with those two cool little, actually the booster pack, which I decided to put it in as the little rocket sled type thing. I could easily put it on top if I wanted to. It is a very good kit. If you have the money, if you have the spacing, I would recommend it. I try to paint this as best as I possibly can. Part of it was basically, half of it was airbrushing, while the other half was basically spray painting using Krylon white, which came out okay. Just the problem is, it's not a good idea to spray inside the house. So if you have Krylon, spray outside. The next kit I started building was the 1/44 scale Age 1 Spallow from the Gundam Age animated series, which we all were watching last year. Spallow was a cool little mobile suit. It's very small, unlike Titus, which is built for power. This one was built for speed and agility. And even though they are a master grade version of this kit, I decided to get the high grade at the time. And it was a simple kit to build. Fairly the same thing with all the other Age kits that I made before, the Age 1 kits that I made before. Soon we're going to be seeing the Age 1 Grancia, which I'm assuming everyone is planning to get. But if you guys get your hands on the Spallow or you see it on sale, don't let this pass it up. Don't pass this up. Get this. It's a good little kit to build. My next kit that I started to build was the Age 2 Normal from, of course, the Gundam Age animated series. This was the second mobile suit that was introduced in the series. I decided to get the high grade kit. I know that the master grade came down a couple of months later. But I decided to do what I always like to do, is painting it metallic coated like you see here. And I did this in anticipation for my my entry to the 2012 MosquitoCon show that was held in Wayne, New Jersey. I gave it a little bit more detail. I tried to do a little bit of panel lining using the ink, that technique where you actually use enamel paint and thinner, or actually not thinner, lighter fluid, and then see if you can apply the ink onto the panel lining of the kit. I've seen it before on certain websites, and I said, let me try this. Try this on this, and it came out alright to a certain degree. But this is actually my first of 2 entries for the MosquitoCon show. My next entry was the 1/44 scale high grade Unicorn Banshee. This was, of course, the mobile suit that we all watched at the end of episode 4 of Unicorn Gundam, where the Banshee just came out of nowhere at the end of the video. And of course in episode 5 we've seen the Banshee in action. However, when I got this kit, I thought it would be a cool idea to do a what-if scenario. So I decided to call it the Full Frontal Banshee, or Full Frontal Custom. That is, of course, if Full Frontal got his hands on the Banshee and decided to make it his own, using his signature colored paint. I decided to paint the entire blue red, a different type of shade of red, as you could see, and I spray painted all the internal gold. I forgot what was the color under that. I think it was yellow, but I painted it gold anyway. But it came out really nice. I really did like how it came out. The only problem was, and this was more my fault, I didn't figure out the balancing of the red. The red, certain parts of the kit, the red is a little bit too darker or a little too lighter, and I knew that I had to work on that. Sometimes when I spray paint colors on armored parts, it doesn't balance out properly. So I had to figure that out for future kits, and I did, and I'll show you that in a moment. My next kit that I started to build was the 1/44 scale Delta Gundam. This was the kit that was supposedly, I guess, is a mobile suit variation based off the Delta Plus kit from the same timeline from the Unicorn series. Again, another kit from GK Gundam kit that they sent me. This was actually a kit that I decided to not spray paint. I decided to hand paint the parts. And considering it was such, few parts, I decided just to paint the blue parts navy blue, a little bit of red around the trim. There's a little charcoal here and there. And of course I didn't paint the rest of the kit because the rest of them was all these gold-plated parts. For those of you who all remember, this thing was one of the most expensive high-grade kits of 2012. Probably right now you probably could find it for maybe at a lesser price. Who knows? It is a nice kit to get, but I think it's now being overshadowed by the now recent Delta Gundam Kai that just came out about a month ago. My next kit was the 1/44 scale high grade Giran, the enemy mobile suit from the Gundam Age animated series. Another cool little kit that I got the year before was the Cannon Father mobile suit that everybody remembered from the series. It's a little weird in a way because it does that little pterodactyl transformation that we all saw from the series. And even though you can do that on this kit, I don't feel like doing it. It's redundant in many aspects. The kit is cool in many features. I kind of like the head armor, how it's designed, and I would say the wings that will turn into its own little waist armor. The tail gun is one thing that is a bit annoying because it is back heavy. I use that as a support so it can stand up, it doesn't fall backwards. Regardless, it is a cool little kit to get. Again, another kit that I would recommend you guys picking up. Since I haven't been building that many SD kits, I thought it was a cool time to start building some here in 2012. And the first one that I got was, of course, the Age 1, the SD Age 1 kit, which is basically a 3-part kit. You had the Age 1 normal, Age 1 Titus, and Age 1 Spallow. Right here you see it with the Age 1, with the Titus armor. It does come with this little backpack setup that you can actually store all your equipment and stuff like that. Not neat idea, but I think it's a little bit takes up too much space in your, specific areas in your house if you don't have enough room. I have it put away in the box. Regardless, the Age 1 is a pretty cool kit. It's very stable. It's fairly tough. I always keep recommending people to get SD kits, especially the new ones, for their kids who want to start building Gundam models for the first time. Get their hands wet with these type of kits. My next kit happens to be the 1/100 scale master grade Gundam Epyon from the Gundam Wing animated series. Epyon was one of those cool bad guy mobile suits that everybody wanted to get, and when it came out as a master grade, pretty much a lot of people got this kit. I have a lot of the wing kits that I haven't had the opportunity to build, and I asked everybody what kit I should make during that time. Many people wanted me to build this guy, and I did. Painting it was pretty cool. Of course, I tried desperately to keep the painting even, and it did come out pretty good. I am proud of how the metallic gray comes out along the trim areas here and here. This was okay. I kind of like that, and this came out okay, except that at the time I wasn't realizing that don't paint the joints. It's gonna fuck you up. I know that. I realized that. Red came out evenly, except I lost two side parts that are not here, which I did find. I'll have to repaint it sometime. But in the meantime, it's an amazing looking kit. I really like it. It's not back heavy. It is in a way, but considering that the wings are pretty much scraping the ground, it already has its own setup where it can actually doesn't have to fall back. So I have its own support right there. An amazing kit, very, very durable. Definitely recommend. The next kit I built was the high grade Age 3 normal from, of course, the Gundam Age animated series. This was the third mobile suit that was introduced to the series. It's reminiscent to, of course, the Zeta Z Gundam from the series, with its bulkiness and heavy armor and weaponry. Surprisingly, I would not say the most popular mobile suit I've seen in the series, even though it has shown itself, powerful enough in the series, and it didn't last that much, or not that many episodes show this kit in action. It then transcended over to the other mobile suits like the Fortress and the Orbital, and then even at the end, when it received its original armory, its original setup, it got its ass kicked by the Legalists. But it is in essence a very cool kit to see, and I can imagine many people can't wait to get the master grade version when it comes out this calendar year. The next master grade I was building, or preparing to build, happens to be the Age 1 Titus mobile suit from the Age series again. But this time I decided to change the color schemes on this kit. Even though I liked it how it was in all its red, I thought, wouldn't it be cool to make it a little bit different? At one point, I wanted to do metallic painting build, but I didn't feel like getting metallic red. Instead, I had metallic black in a spray can, and I thought to myself, you know what? Let me try this, and I decided to call this my Dark Titus, which came out really nice. All the black came out evenly on this kit. Wasn't too fond of how the metallic blue came out on it, but the gold came out pretty well, especially in specific parts of the trim, and of course the metallic silver. I'm of course a little disappointed with the fact that even though this thing has very, very large hands, it has a parts forming hands, and I have no idea why Bandai decided to skimp on putting parts forming hands instead of manipulator hands. We've seen manipulator hands on high grade kits before, especially a couple of years ago, and now with the recent build of the new Gundam, Why couldn't they use perfect grade hands on this kit? It boggles the mind.